All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're tuning in. I'm grateful to have you here. We got JLP, Jesse Lee Peterson, back in the building, taking on what looks to be a very angry woman YouTuber, according to the title. This clip is from 2017, but brand new to me. I'm sure it'll be a doozy. I'm sure it'll be amazing, as always, when it comes to JLP content. But I wanted to check it out with y'all, my people, my family. So let's get it popping.
Black power! Black power! I'm Skyping with Cynthia G. Cynthia,
Yes.
I get the impression that you are an angry, nasty woman. Why am I
Well,
getting
Jesse,
that?
you
Why am
you
I?
get a
You
lot
like
of false
such
impressions,
a you like
but I
such
would
a.
like to take a
Hold
minute
on.
to respond
I
to
will.
what you
Hold on.
said before we went to
Hold on.
break.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on.
You
Hold on.
you said
Hold
that
on.
black
Hold on.
anger
Put on
is
hold.
why.
Put her. Yeah. Shut it down. Cynthia, you are. She's an angry, nasty woman, and it's these type of black women who are raising black boys and girls.
He really muted her. He didn't. Oh my goodness, Jesse is relentless. I love it. Bring this back. He put her on mute. He said, "Put her on hold." I got to at least get my intro off before she starts interrupting.
These type of black women who are raising black boys and girls that are becoming just like them, and they blame this on white people. And until we can change that situation, things are not going to get better. And all angry people feel like victims, and they blame someone else for that. And if we don't deal, Cynthia, with what's happening in the home with these mothers destroying the souls of their children, and then the race hustlers using them for their own personal gain, how would black people ever get better?
Well, first, I would like for you to answer
Excuse.
why are white people committing so many crimes, and they have two-parent homes, they have wealth, they have opportunities, job opportunities, they have economics, they still commit the most crimes. So this is why I don't buy into your fatherless home narrative, because you have a community of white people who have fathers in their homes, and they're still being domestic terrorists. They're still being racial terrorists. They're still committing the most rapes and violent crimes.
Is this a
So
joke?
I would
That's
like
what
to
I'm
know,
wondering.
why are
like a
they doing
joke?
that when they have fathers in the home?
This sounds like a joke. Are you playing a trick on me right now? Are you being real? Or are you?
I'm giving you facts, Jesse, and you don't have to like them, but they're
Where'd
still
you get that
facts.
data? You couldn't be any more factually wrong. Amazing. White people commit the most crime? Are you kidding me? Like, that should be common sense that that's not true.
Why did Phil from the advice show refer you to us? Did he think that you were going to make sense or something? What was the reason?
You would have to ask Phil about his decisions and referrals, Jesse. But I do
Bad
notice
word
that
of
you are
mouth.
deflecting, which is interesting. I would have expected the trolling to come from your callers, not from you, because
How
when
do
you
you
resort
see?
to petty name callings and making statements that bear no importance on the topic, that just means you're trolling.
So when you call
So
me white,
I'm starting to believe, Jesse, that you're the one who have nothing to say because you've reduced yourself to a troll.
when you call me white supremacy,
You,
was that
you
petty
are.
name calling? Was that petty name calling?
No, it
Uh,
wasn't. It was giving you an analysis on your rhetoric, my analysis on your rhetoric.
Amazing.
And it's in alignment with white supremacy. But you still haven't answered my question that I would like for you to
Well,
question,
in
because we're
any
talking about the impact of fathers being out of the home. And we know that white people have the community with the highest rate of fathers in the home. So why are they committing so many crimes, and why do they have a drug epidemic right now that can't even be stopped at this point? Why are they the biggest mass shooters? Why are they the biggest
let me
pedophiles?
because of
Why do
time. Hold
they
on, I
engage in
got
so
it.
much
I have it.
bestiality?
Come down. I come down. Um,
Oh, I'm
so
calm. I'm just
in
looking to get my question
in any
answered.
culture, you're gonna have good and evil because the battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. So in all cultures, you're gonna find that. But
But that's not in all cultures, Jesse.
because
That's
black
almost exclusive. Some of these things are almost exclusive
Cynthia,
to the
hold
white
on. That's
community.
not true.
I
Hold
agree
on.
that there's good and bad in everything,
That's not
but
true.
what I'm
Y'all
talking
see the
about
eyes?
Hey,
isn't really prevalent in other cultures.
man. Um, you're going to find good and evil in all cultures, but in the black community, it's out of control because you have
It's out of control in the
73%.
white community, Jesse.
You have 73% of black children born out of wedlock, and there is no sense of trying to correct that. So you see it more in the black community. When I call you a nasty woman, was that assessment with anger? Was that assessment?
No, it was
Was
a
that
petty
an
trolling
assessment?
tactic to bait me to get into an emotional state so you can try to
Well,
prove
too
a
late for
point.
that.
That's what that was.
Let me go to some calls real fast. We run out of time here. We're going to have you back because
Sure.
the problem we had with the Skype. Let me go to Tony out of Chelsea, Michigan. Tony, good morning, sir. You're on with Cynthia G.
Hey, how are you doing, Jesse?
All is well. Thanks for calling.
Every like a few callers ago, when you had the last person on, and a few callers ago, and the young man said, "Well, somebody's eyes are going to be opened up. Somebody's eyes are going to be opened up from listening to her right here." The funniest part about her was when you put her on hold, how she was still going on. I mean, it was almost comical. And they won't understand when you talk about white supremacy.
She about to get upset.
I'm from an area, Detroit. Detroit's been run by black people totally for over 40 years, and look where it's at. Just take one quick look. Buffalo. Look at Cincinnati.
Chicago.
These are politicians, black politicians, that are running these cities, and they run them into the ground. And I'm not saying anything. You don't have to. It has nothing to do with black or white, whatever. But that's what I see, and that's what's showing here.
And Cynthia, how do you respond to that? Who fought into that? Atlanta, Detroit, Gary, Indiana, Chicago, anywhere that blacks are in control is all hell to pay.
Well, black people aren't controlling any particular state, so that's where we disagree, because black people don't control
lady.
those.
You can disagree
but when
all
you
day
do
long.
have areas where there aren't any economic opportunities, where they've stripped the jobs from them and closed down schools, that's going to be a breeding ground for crime. But what we do know is that white people have these opportunities. They have the education, they have the wealth, they have the job opportunities, but they still commit more crime. So why is it that there's so much crime in the white community under white people's control, despite their benefits and resources?
You're saying things that are not true. What's wrong?
Right,
with
because I've never seen. I don't see
Jesse.
that.
They're true, and according to the FBI data. So, are you saying that the FBI data that says that white people commit the most crimes?
Please share this
Are you
data.
saying that the FBI data is incorrect?
Yeah. Cynthia, let me ask.
And so where were you getting your information from, and how do you validate your information and your talking points? Because mine comes from the FBI data. Yours comes
Put it
from
on the
your
screen.
opinion, and that's the difference between me and you. I
Hey,
work
Jesse,
with
have a good
facts.
day, man.
Thank you. You too,
work with,
Tony. Thanks for your call.
opinions.
Back in a moment, folks. Let me just put out there for the record, there are more white folks in this country, and so you're going to have more white people doing some things. But for the number of blacks...
Not
hold on,
necessarily
Cynthia. Hold
when
on.
they're claiming
Turn
to
the
be
mic.
the
Turn the
paradigms.
mic. But for the number of black folks in this country, disproportionately, they are committing more violent crimes and other issues in our country. So we need to deal with that. I'm talking to Cynthia. I'm going to have her back because we were supposed to have her at the top of the hour, but there was a problem with the Skype thing. So
Crime data says
we're going to have her back. What a dirty woman. So let's go to Realist out of Lakeland, Florida. Realist, you're on with Cynthia. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for time, I'm gonna sum it up like this. It's called demagoguery, and for the low informational voters who are ignorant of stats and that kind of stuff, if they don't know and they listen to these people that quote unquote supposed to be so intelligent and using intelligent words, it's got to be the most comical thing. And my heart goes out to the people who is actually listening to this garbage. It's almost comical. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Realist. I appreciate it. Cynthia, I'll give you the last word on this. We're running out of time. We're going to have you back so we can start off at the top of the hour, have more time with you. Everybody and their mama want to talk to you, so I want to give them a chance by having you back. Will you come back?
Oh, absolutely.
How do you see black men?
I see black men as a product of white supremacy. That's I see them as a product of white supremacy. They're in an inordinate circumstance, and they're having to deal with white supremacy, which has a very detrimental effect psychologically on anyone. So that's what I think. And I think you're also a perfect example of that as well, Jesse.
Why do black people see white people as smarter and stronger, especially black men? Why do they see them as being better than they are? Why do black people see white, such as yourself? Why do you people see white people as being smarter and better than you are? Because I don't see it that way. Why do you see it that way?
Well, Jesse, you can include me in that because I don't believe that white people are smarter and better
But you
than
do.
anyone.
You said it 1,000 times today.
No, I didn't. I
Yes, you
said that
did.
they have a attitude of white supremacy. I never said that was valid. So you can't put words in my mouth. I don't believe
But-
that they're smarter than anyone.
But you do. You have to say it so many times. Everything has something to do with white supremacists, according to you.
It does. It all goes back to white supremacy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I personally think they're supreme or intelligent. I don't. And if you've looked at my content, you would actually see that I
Thank
don't
you.
believe that they're smart at all.
Sister,
I think
thanks for
they're
coming
diabolical.
on. Thanks for coming on. We'll have you back, all right?
Oh my goodness gracious, land sakes. Everything is the white man's fault. White man, white woman, all of them bad. No accountability, no responsibility. This is what it comes down to. White people, they don't make you leave the home as a father or a mother in a black community. They don't tell you to not get married before you lay it down. They don't tell you to go out there and represent your hood and your block and killing your fellow brothers and sisters in these inner cities. They don't tell you to go sell drugs and get into prostitution and all this nonsense. Now, I'm not saying that's just black folks that do that, but let's really take a step back and look at it from an overwhelming perspective. You can't keep blaming everybody else for the results that you're getting. Nobody's out there holding you down. Nobody is out there to get you and keep you in a certain stagnant position and keep you at a plateau. Your decisions, that breeds what you get as a success or what you get as a detrimental outcome. Whatever happens, it comes down to you. Nobody else is going to uplift your community. Why don't you go make that happen? Why don't you go out there and teach these kids how they're supposed to do it so they don't have to rely on the streets and drugs and alcohol and gangs and things of that nature? Why don't you go out there and make a difference in your community instead of blaming everything on everybody else? If you don't change things up, if you don't remix it, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You can't keep crying racism everywhere you go because melanin content is irrelevant. It don't matter what you look like. There's one race, there's one blood created by God. The results you get in this world are based on the decisions that you make, the sacrifice, the determination, and the effort that you put into society, the value that you add. If you're a parent, raise your kids. Or if you're not a parent, be a responsible citizen. Don't engage in crime and violent activities. Go out there and uplift society. Go out there and just work hard. Pay your dues, pay respect to other people, love your neighbor as yourself instead of killing your neighbor and pointing the finger at everybody else. Society would be a whole lot better off. There'd be a whole lot more fruitful outcomes if we just looked in the mirror, owned up to our actions and the consequences that happen for the decisions that you make, whether it's a good consequence or bad consequence. That's what it is. You can say what you want about Jesse Lee Peterson, but I love that man. God bless this brother. Pray for his safety. And this kind of honesty and bluntness is exactly what the black community needs. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't try to pander and make you feel good. He calls it like it is. And her hatred for her own self, you can tell it just shines through when she spews all her hate for white people and everybody's just a supremacist. And if somebody doesn't make it, if they're black, it's based on what the white man did to them. No. It's based on what you did. You're not a victim. Stop walking around acting like one. This is 2023, not 1963, not 1863. Stand up, get to work, be a responsible citizen, parent, whatever season of your life you're in, be victorious. Stop substituting hard work for, lack of effort. Stop substituting results with white supremacy. Nobody is holding you down. Nobody but your decisions are stopping you from getting where you want to be. Stop listening to what these politicians on either side tells you. Nothing in this world is free. I'm sorry to tell that to you. That might hurt your feelings, but someone somewhere is paying for it. You might get that welfare check, but that person may even be you paying for it in the long run. And stop waiting for someone to change your situation and circumstances and go out there and make it happen yourself. You uplift your community if you see that there's a void that needs to be filled. Take responsibility and go out there and get it. What's really funny and kind of ironic about this whole thing, she's calling people white supremacists and that the white man is bad, but yet She's able to make a living on YouTube, a company created by 3 dudes. One is a white guy from Pennsylvania named Chad Hurley. Another one is Steve Chin from Taiwan. And the other is Jawed Kareem from Germany. Yet America is somehow home of the white bad man supremacist and racist, but has given people like her from all walks of life the opportunity to achieve massive success. Why don't people lean into all the good and positive innovations and all the sin that has been repented of and made right here in America? Not just leaning on the past and things that you can't change that are irrelevant. Lean into the future. Lean into, matter of fact, right now, the situations and circumstances that you can control and dictate, and have a positive, optimistic mindset instead of this pessimistic, oh, woe is me, just crying, everything, everybody owes me. No. Stop. Just to have that amount of animosity and anger and hate in your heart towards a whole group of people, that's not good for anything. That's not good for the people around you. It's not good for yourself. It's sure as heck not good to elevate the next generation. So pray for this woman. God bless her with a kinder heart, and that she wakes up and really starts to problem solve and just let it sink in and get past this ignorance and hate that these people cling to at every turn, and recognize that people should be judged on their character and what they, actually represent moral values wise, love and care and hospitality, not the level of melanin that they're rocking. Everybody's flawed. We're all sinners in need of a savior, Jesus Christ. That's the good news, because you can repent, you confess Christ as Lord, and then you can die to your old wicked ways, pick up your cross, and go out and be salt and light of the earth, where you wouldn't be worried about all this. When you know where you're going, when you know you're going to heaven through Jesus Christ, all of this world thinking would not matter. James 1 verse 19 and 20 says, understand this, my dear brothers and sisters, you must be all quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to get angry. Human anger does not produce the righteousness God desires. All of this, upset, inner feelings, emotional, angry. No righteousness will come from this. Galatians 5 verse 1 says, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage, with sin. When you've stopped paying attention to that stuff and you watch what you actually focus on and put your energy into, you be focused on Jesus Christ. You be focusing on the only thing that matters at the end of the day, and that's the kingdom. Trying to go out there and guide people to the kingdom, help people reach repentance, and stop paying attention to all this of this world nonsense, this foolishness. You don't have to have that hate and division in your heart. Jesus Christ beat that forever for all of us. And Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, from eternity to eternity. So look to him, love him, and everything will all work out. I can promise you that. But I think I've ranted enough on this. Pray for Jesse, pray for Cynthia, pray for anybody with this woe is me victim mindset. I love y'all. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to keep this conversation rolling. Don't forget to like this video by smashing the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a video, just in case YouTube forgets to let you know. I appreciate you. I love y'all for doing so. If you want to take it a step further, you like what we're doing over here, you want to show a little extra love and support, by no means do you have to, but you can get awesome designs like this Godfidence, knowing I can't, but he can. These designs are made over my wife's Etsy store by her, customized in-house, all of that. Insulated tumblers, petite, teat, small sizes to big, and hefty for the 5X folks out there. All different sizes and colors. Like I said, we don't discriminate. We appreciate y'all. It goes a very long way in allowing me to continue to do what I do. All my other links are down below in the description section. Shout out to the Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee fam. Anybody who's ever joined the Gibson family on YouTube by hitting that little join button and becoming a member. I'm so grateful for y'all. I can't thank you enough and put into words and context just how appreciative I am for you guys showing up every single video and allowing my freckle face to rant at you. I just love y'all so much, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'll be praying for you. Until next time, Godspeed. I'm gone.